Hey Jody, you know that it's Mason's 30th today, right?
Oh, hey, sweetie. Mason? Is he the one with the golden filling?
Yeah, that's him. Anyway, like I said, it's his birthday today, so I said that I would host a party so everyone can celebrate with him.
What?
Yeah, he was feeling kind of down because he's divorced and had no one to spend the day with, so I said we'd host a party for him to cheer him up.
I see. How many people will be at this party?
Just a couple of guys from the department and maybe a few from other departments. Not that many though, don't worry.
It's just, we're not really ready to host a party. I mean, we don't have any food or drinks, or well, anything really.
Yeah, I know. That's why I need you to go to the store and pick a bunch of things up for tonight and get the house ready for everyone coming.
What?
So that's like balloons and party hats and stuff. Also, you'll need to prepare quite a bit of food so that there's enough choice for everyone. And don't forget the cake. It needs to be homemade though, because Mason won't eat a store-bought cake. He says that they taste horrible.
Ollie, I don't think I can do all of that. It's just way too much for me to handle at the moment. You know, I'm recovering from my accident, and the doctor told me not to do much, otherwise I could end up making my injuries even worse.
Jeez, you're gonna give me that load of rubbish again? It's not like I'm even asking you to do much. Just go to the store and pick up some party stuff. It's not that hard. It's not gonna suddenly make you re-break your back and leg again. Besides, you've been lazing around at home for months now. I bet you're secretly all better and you're just using your injuries as an excuse to get out of doing anything or helping around the house. It's getting kind of annoying, to be honest.
Well, I'm sorry that my injuries, which I got because you assure me that you had checked the car brakes when you actually hadn't and they failed whilst I was driving, are inconveniencing you so much.
I already apologized for that. You seriously need to move on.
That's kind of difficult when your entire life has been turned upside down due to an almost paralyzing injury.
Look, all you need to do is get in the car and go to the store. If it's really that bad, then just use one of those electric scooters at the store so you don't have to walk. I mean, if you're okay with being that lazy.
Ollie, I can't drive. I'm on strong pain relief tablets and the instructions say not to drive whilst under their influence.
I don't care how you get the stuff, just get it. For once, can you not be such a downer and actually have a little fun? Surely you're allowed to do that, right?
Okay, if you really feel like you need to throw this party, then I'll get the stuff.
Thank you. Everyone will be there at about 7, so make sure everything's ready by then. Oh, and don't forget the alcohol. That's the most important thing after all.
We don't want too much, right? It's not like people are going to be getting really drunk at this party. I mean, it's only for your coworkers and you still have work tomorrow, so you don't want things to get too out of control.
Jody, when I say the alcohol is the most important thing, I mean it. Get quite a bit. I plan on getting quite drunk.
What? But why?
Because I want to? Jeez, what are you, my mom? Maybe you should drink some so that you can loosen up a bit. You've become really dull since the accident.
You know I can't drink whilst on these painkillers. It's not allowed.
What's the point in taking those drugs if you're not going to have a bit of fun with them? A party's a great place to relax and have a bit of fun.
What? What are you on about? These tablets are for my pain relief. They're not for recreational use. And besides, I don't like that sort of thing anyway.
Yeah, whatever. Boring. I've got to go. But just do what I've said and get everything ready for the party. I'll see you later.
Sure.
Oh, Jodes. Jody. Jody.
What?
Are you asleep?
I was. What do you want?
Me and the guys are out of beer. I need you to go out to the store and pick some up. You know the kind that I like, and the other guys will just drink whatever you get them. Hurry up, though, because we don't want to sober up. That would be boring.
Are you serious right now?
Huh?
You've actually woken me up just to ask me to get you some beer?
I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm telling you to go and get the beer. You're my wife, so you have to do as I say.
You know how long it takes me to actually get to sleep because of how much pain my back causes me. And what are those people still doing here anyway? It's almost midnight. Send them home right now.
What? Why would I do that? We're having an amazing time. There's no way that I'm gonna kick these guys out of my house just because you told me to. Just because you're a buzzkill doesn't mean I have to be one. Now go and get me and my friends some beer. Oh, and some snacks. We're all a bit hungry, so get the ingredients to make nachos, and when you get back, you'll have to cook them.
I'm not going to do that, Ollie. I don't know why you think that I would, but I find it very difficult to move around like normal at the moment. I was almost paralyzed, so it's going to take me quite a while to build up the strength in my back again, and for it to return to as close as normal as it can get. I really don't have the strength, nor the patience, frankly, to deal with you and your drunkenness. If you want more beer, you'll have to go and get it yourself.
You know, you seem to remind me of your injuries every single day. It's really annoying and really pathetic. You're not even that injured. You're just faking it to be lazy. Well, I see right through you and your little schemes, so either go and get the beer like I said, or you can sleep outside for tonight.
Are you actually serious right now?
Yup.
Fine. I'll take the car. My tablet should have worn off enough for it to be safe for me to drive.
Car's got no petrol. You'll have to walk.
What? Why hasn't it got petrol?
'Cause I haven't filled it up. Duh.
You know what? It's too late to argue. I'm just going to call a cab.
We're not made of money, you know. I can't afford for you to call a cab and have it waiting whilst you shop. Just walk it. The online store is only like 20 minutes away. You should be able to walk that easily.
Let me get this straight. You want me, a visibly injured woman with a cast on her leg, to walk 20 minutes in the dark by myself just to go and pick you up some beer, which I will have to carry back home with me.
Stop trying to make it sound like it's a difficult thing. It isn't. I've done that walk more times than I can count. You'll be fine. You'll have to hurry though, because me and the guys are really hungry and thirsty.
I'm not walking to the shop. If you want me to go, it'll be in a taxi or I won't do it. I'm not going to purposely put myself in danger just to please you. I'm not that stupid.
Fine. Get your stupid taxi, but don't think I won't remember this.
Whatever.
Oh, Jody, are you almost finished shopping yet? Me and the boys have been waiting forever for the food and the beer. You're really taking your sweet time. Hello? Jody? Oh, please, are you actually gonna ignore me just to try and make me think that something bad has happened to you? Grow up, as if I'd fall for that. It's very sad that you'd even attempt to do something like that. Haven't you got any decency? I mean, to pretend that you've been hurt just to try and make me feel guilty? Ha.
Hello, Ollie?
Oh, so now you answer me? What took you so long? Wait, no, let me guess. Your injured back prevented you from messaging me back any quicker. I mean, it seems to stop you from doing literally anything else, so why would this be an exception?
Oh, wow. She was right. You really are acting like a completely horrible person.
Huh? Jody? Is that you?
No, I'm afraid it's not Jody talking at the moment. But you're about to wish that it was.
What? Who are you?
It's me, Popcorn.
Mom?
That's right. And boy, you are in for an earful now.
Mom, what are you doing out so late? It's dangerous. You should get home as quickly as you can.
Oh, so it's not okay for me to be out so late because it's dangerous, but it is okay for you to send your injured wife out into the dark to simply pick you up some beer, huh?
Well, that's different.
How is that any different? In fact, it's worse for her because at least I can run away. Jody would be at her attacker's mercy. Are you honestly that stupid, boy?
No, Mom, it's just...
I'm not done yet, so don't interrupt me. I am so ashamed to call you my son at the minute. Why do you think that you can treat your wife in such a terrible manner? Did I teach you to do that?
No, Mom.
You bet I didn't. I taught you to respect women and treat them right. Is sending your wife into the night what you consider the right treatment?
No.
So why do it?
It's just, me and the guys weren't quite done with having fun yet.
And that's another thing. What are a bunch of grown men, practically strangers, still doing at your house at 1 in the morning, blind drunk? That's Jody's home too, and she deserves to be able to rest and recover in it, and not have to clean up after a bunch of drunken, messy people. I am so disappointed in you right now. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to kick whoever is still at the house out. You're then going to clean up all of the mess you and your friends have made until there's not a speck left. Then, you're going to wait for Jody to come home, which won't be until tomorrow now, as I've said that she can stay at my house. And you are going to apologize to her, It's up to her if she takes you back or not.
What?
Clean. Now.
Yes, Mom.
I'll be coming around tomorrow to make sure everything's been done properly.
Okay. What are you doing at the store so late anyway?
Your dad is sick. He has a cold, so I was getting him some medicine as we had run out. And don't think that he won't be hearing about your behavior either.
Yes, Mom.
Jody and I are going now. We'll talk tomorrow. Good night.
Good night. Hey, Jody, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
I just wanted to apologize for my behavior yesterday. It was out of line, and I'm sorry for treating you that way.
I see. Are you just saying this because your mom is telling you to?
She said I needed to apologize, so I am. I'm sorry. I know I was a bit of a jerk yesterday.
Try for the last few months.
What?
Ever since my accident, you've been a total jerk to me. Last night was just the final straw.
What do you mean?
I can't take you back, Ollie. I'm not going to be with someone who degrades me and makes me feel awful just for being injured. I'd rather be on my own than have to deal with a jerk like you.
Hey, hang on, wait a minute.
Sorry, Ollie, but I can't wait for your mom to step in and correct you every time you do something wrong. You've had your chances, and I'm done. Goodbye. After that, I decided to leave Ollie as I felt he simply wasn't treating me right. I wanted to be with someone who would try to understand what I was going through and help me with it, not someone who tried to make me feel as if I was in the wrong. Ollie's parents completely understood, and I still talk to them every now and then to see how they are doing. They tell me that Ollie hasn't really changed much since I left. He still drinks and parties, only he's the one who's got to clean up the mess afterwards. I think it's safe to say that I got out of our relationship at the right time.
Samantha, dear, we really need to talk.
Oh, Jean, look, is this really important? Because I'm kind of busy at the moment.
Busy doing what? Filing your nails?
Huh?
As your mother-in-law, you need to listen to me when I talk to you. Whenever I have something to say, it's always important, okay?
What?
Ugh, you're so hopeless. In fact, that's what I need to talk to you about. You simply aren't doing what you should be doing in order to be the perfect housewife for my son. He deserves only the best. And frankly, you're just not giving him that.
Well, with all due respect, I'm not a housewife. I actually have a very important job that takes up a lot of my time and focus. Your son knew this when we first met, and it hasn't changed since then.
Well, that's just wrong then, isn't it? The man should be the one to earn the money. Once you married Zane, you should have resigned from your job so that you could take care of the house and any children that come along. That's your only job in life now, okay? Of course, I'll help you get adjusted to your new role. I know all of Zane's favorite things, so it only makes sense that I help out around the house and make sure that you're looking after my precious little boy properly.
Look, Jean, I don't want to be rude right now, but there is no way that this is ever happening. I'm not going to quit my job just to be a stay-at-home wife who does the cooking and cleaning. I've worked hard to build my business from the ground up. I'm not about to throw that all away simply because of your outdated and, in all honesty, sexist beliefs. In case you hadn't noticed, women aren't just baby-making maids anymore.
How dare you? I'll have you know that my son has told me everything about you and your so-called business. But the truth is that the company wouldn't have grown so much and started earning so much if it weren't for my Zane. Before you met him, you were floundering in debt, and the business was about to go under. It was my son's smarts and hard work that saved it from bankruptcy. So, actually, you're not needed at that place anymore. If anything, you're a liability that should leave to make the company better.
Okay, what are you on about? Where on earth have you come up with this notion that my company was failing and that I couldn't handle it? Are you seriously telling me that Zane said all of that to you?
Are you suggesting that my son is lying? He would never do that to me.
Yes, he would, because he has. My company and I were doing great long before I met Zane, and he hasn't done anything to grow the business. If anything, he's been more of a hindrance than a help. He's constantly getting in the way and interrupting important meetings. Half the time, I have to send him on a ridiculous errand just to keep him out of the way. The only reason I haven't fired him is because he's my husband.
That's not true. My Zane is the smart one, and you're the one who gets in the way. He's even got an appointment with a Mr. Dolph to talk about setting up a new company, expanding on the one you've already made.
He's what now?
Yeah, he was telling me all about he and Mr. Dolph were going to make their own company off of the back of your one and take it international. They'll make millions. So you definitely won't be needed anymore. The only reason I allowed Zane to marry you and put up with such a horrible daughter-in-law for so long was because I knew that my son could do something amazing if he was just given the chance. And he's finally been given that chance.
So, let me get this straight. You're telling me that your son, my husband, is going to try and steal my idea and claim it as his own, taking it international and then shoving me out as the competition?
Ha! You're getting scared now, aren't you? It's a good thing for me, though, because I'll be getting rid of you soon enough.
Oh, how so?
He's going to divorce you, duh. Then he'll find a nice, obedient wife who will stay home and look after the house and children like she should.
I think I need to have a chat with Zane to see what's really going on here.
Go ahead, but you won't be happy with what you discover.
Hey, Zane, are you free to talk?
Hey, sweetie. Of course I am for you. What's up?
Your mom just messaged me claiming a whole bunch of crazy things, and I just wanted to see if any of it was true.
What was she saying?
She was saying that I'm a horrible wife because I didn't quit my job when we got married to stay home to cook and clean and stuff. She said that my business was basically failing until you came along, and that you were the one who saved it and got it earning loads of money, which is obviously not true. Any of this rings a bell?
I'm sorry, Samantha. My mom can just be completely over the top sometimes. Basically, she can act a little crazy.
You're telling me. So none of those things are true then? You never said any of that, and she just made it all up in her head?
Well, maybe not entirely.
What do you mean?
I just wanted to make her proud of me. So, I might have said that I was the one who basically got your company up and going, and that maybe you should sign the company over to me as your husband, and you should stay at home more to look after any children we have.
You actually said all that?
Yeah. But you've seen her. When her mind is set on something, there's no stopping her until she gets what she wants. She was bugging me so much about making a name for myself that I simply told her I saved your company to stop her from bugging me so much.
How about instead of claiming that something is yours when it's very clearly not, you actually grow a spine and stand up for yourself? You're in your 30s, for God's sake.
That's easy for you to say. She's not your mom.
No, but she is my mother-in-law, which means I've got to deal with her as well. You know, that wasn't all she said to me. Want to know what else your mom told me?
What did she tell you?
Your mom told me that you and a Mr. Dolph were secretly taking all of my important data, company information, and trying to poach as many of my workers and clients as possible so that you could make your own company, which would be identical to mine, and take it international, with the plan to bully me out of the business once you've established your company.
She told you all of that? I told her that in confidence. There's no way that she should have said any of that to you.
So, it's true then? You actually are doing all of that? My own husband is trying to snake my company, which I built from the ground up through difficult times and with people telling me that I couldn't do it because I am a woman? Oh, and your mom didn't even say half of that. She just told me that you were having meetings with Mr. Dolph about starting your own company.
Wait, you mean you tricked me into admitting all of that?
Yep. I honestly don't know why your mom thinks you're so smart. It's really not true. Oh, and by the way, you're not the only one who wants a divorce.
My mom really doesn't know how to keep her mouth shut.
If you had more of a spine, you'd tell her that to her face. But hey, it's worked out for me. I've got to learn that not only is my husband a horrible, scheming, conniving, backstabbing, even little toad, but I was able to save my company from being stolen out from under me. I'll definitely be putting safety measures in place now so that that doesn't happen. Be sure to thank your mom for me. She's helped me out a lot.
You really think I'm just gonna sign those divorce papers and let you get away without paying me a single penny? Think again. Half of whatever you own is also mine. That's the great thing about getting married. The couple has to share whatever they have if they ever get divorced. Obviously, I don't really have a lot, so I'm definitely the one getting the most out of this deal. Oh well, sucks for you.
You know, usually that is the way things would have to go. You're right.
I know, it's gonna be a massive payday for me. I might not have been able to start up my own company, but having half of yours will be fine too. I'll even be able to get a wife that my mom will be happy with.
However, that's not how things are going to go for you.
Huh?
You do remember that before we got married, I had you sign a prenup, don't you?
What?
Figures you wouldn't remember. Yeah, I had you sign that in the event of a divorce. You had no claim over my company or any of my assets or money. You're going to get absolutely nothing from me.
Wait, you can't do that. This was my backup plan. If I can't have half of everything, then what am I gonna do?
I don't know, and I don't care. Oh, and if you hadn't already guessed, you're fired.
Hang on a moment. Look, I think things have just gotten a little out of hand here. I think we all just need to calm down, sit back, and have a proper chat about everything. We don't want to make any hasty decisions now, do we? I mean, as husband and wife, we really should try and talk our differences out first, don't you think?
No, I think I'm good, thanks. This has been enough talking for me. I found out everything I need to, and I finally see you for who you actually are, and I can't say I'm impressed at all. My attorney will send through the divorce papers. Once those are signed, you and your mom can get out of my life forever.
Samantha, please wait.
No, you've treated me horrible, and I deserve so much more. I'm not going to listen to you again. Have fun breaking all this news to your mom. I'm sure she'll be so impressed with you. That was sarcasm, by the way. Goodbye, Zane. After that conversation, I contacted my lawyers and had them send through the divorce papers, along with the prenup document that Zane had signed when we first got married. Because of that document, I didn't have to pay him anything in the divorce. I also decided to take him and his friend Mr. Dolph to court over their scheme to steal my company. They were both found guilty of copyright theft and were forced to pay a hefty fine. Zane's mom definitely wasn't impressed by the situation that she and her son had landed themselves in. But she wasn't my problem anymore, so I don't really care. Sometimes, you've got to cut the toxic people out of your life for good in order for it to be more fulfilling. Hey Jasper, I might be a little bit late from work tonight. Julia has asked me to stay to finish up some reports that we really need for tomorrow's presentation. Could you maybe cook dinner tonight? I don't think I'll be back in time to do it, and I really don't want to be cooking late into the night after such a hard day at work.
Oh, and I guess you want me to do the washing and clean the rest of the house while I'm at it, huh?
What? No, I'm just asking for a little bit of help tonight because I'm going to be late. That's all.
Well, what about me? I've been working just as hard as you. Why should I have to do all the cooking simply because you can't be bothered to?
It's not that I can't be bothered to. I just won't be physically home until late. I won't be able to make any food at all.
Why do you have to work late? Just tell your boss to do the work herself and come back at the usual time. I was looking forward to some fried chicken tonight, so I want you to come back home and make that.
Jasper, I can't do that. Julia needs my help. Besides, I don't want to dump all that work on her. I've been working on this project for months now, and it's finally all coming together. This meeting tomorrow is with some very high-up people, and if we make a good impression, then big things could happen for me. So I don't think you cooking for one night is going to be such a huge deal.
I don't want to cook. I've had a tiring day as well.
Doing what? You don't work at the minute. I bet all you've done is sit in front of the TV all day watching sports. I mean, have you even cleaned up your dirty laundry from the bedroom floor like I asked you to?
So what if I've been at home? It doesn't mean my day has been any less tiring. I even had to go to the store to get some new batteries, as the TV remotes ran out and we had none in the house. Oh, that reminds me. On your way home, you'll have to stop by the shop and pick some things up.
What?
Yeah, we need some more toilet rolls, some milk, eggs, bread, sugar, tea bags, juice, and a few other things. I'll make you a list and send it through in a bit.
Hang on a minute. I've got to stay late at work. I'm already tired and hungry, so I'm not going to do a full-on grocery shop once I finish work. If we need things, then you'll have to go and get them. You're not so busy, so it should be fine, right?
What? I'm not going shopping. That's your job. You're the wife, and that comes under housework, so it's your job to do that.
Can you not be so lazy just for once? All I'm asking is for a little bit of help, because I'm near the end of my rope. I do everything, and I mean everything. So for once, can you get off of your butt and help out?
I have no clue what you're on about. You don't do everything. I've worked for quite a long time to bring back a decent wage for us to buy this house, and if I remember, you were the one not working then, so why is it so wrong for me to have some time off when you did exactly the same?
But it wasn't time off. The entire time that I was unemployed, I was looking for work. Not to mention, I was keeping the house in order, managing our finances so that we knew what we could afford and what we couldn't. I was also cooking all of our meals and basically managing all of the house. You do none of those things.
You make it sound as if you did loads. All you really did was what a wife should do, which is the housework.
I'm not just your slave to push around and do whatever you tell her to. I'm your wife. We should be equal partners in everything. Whether it's in money or household chores, we need to share these things so that neither of us feels overwhelmed. That's what I'm feeling at the moment, completely overwhelmed. And whilst I love my job, it still can be quite demanding. So when it gets like that, I need you to pick up the slack and actually help me out, okay?
Clara, I have every right to relax and have a break. Let's face it, I've worked so much harder than you when I was working at the factory, so I deserve a little time off to recuperate. I'm sorry if you don't like it, but it's the truth. So if you have to do the household chores and everything else, then I'm not too concerned, as it's only fair.
You don't care? You don't care if I'm working myself into such a state, picking up after you and trying to maintain our home as well as a job, that I honestly feel like I could cry if even the slightest thing inconvenienced me? You're really not bothered by that?
Well, not really. Women are generally a lot more emotional than men and like to make things into more of an issue than they actually are. So this is probably just you doing that. It's likely that it's that time of the month for you as well, which always makes you more angry and irritable. In fact, I would really rather you try and control your emotions more. It can get quite tedious to deal with.
Oh, can they? How rude of me to actually have feelings. I'll try and subdue them next time I'm feeling particularly angry.
Great, thanks.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh,
Ugh, whatever. I'm getting back to work.
what about my dinner?
You'll have to figure it out yourself. I'm busy. Oh my god, I'm so annoyed right now.
No joys, what's happened now?
It's Jasper.
Oh god, just knowing it has something to do with him already has me feeling annoyed. What's he done now?
Well, I just messaged him to tell him that I will be late home from work tonight, as I'm currently working on that huge project I told you about. And we have a meeting with the bosses about it tomorrow, so we need to finalize some things. I asked him if he would be able to cook us dinner so that I wouldn't have to worry about it when I got home. And you know what he said?
What?
He told me that he wasn't going to cook dinner because he's had a tiring day.
Hang on, but he doesn't work.
Uh-huh. He then went on to insult me and every single woman on this earth and claim that I'm too emotional and need to keep my feelings subdued so that I don't annoy him.
Jeez, what a jerk. I honestly don't know what you see in him, sis. I mean, why do you want to be married to someone who does nothing but treat you like a slave? Not to mention that you're earning all of the money and he's just wasting it on beer and gambling.
What do you mean on gambling? He promised me that he would stop doing that.
Well, he's not kept his promise. I saw him the other day going to the casino in town. I followed him there to see what he was up to, and he sat right down at a blackjack table and proceeded to blow over $300. He lost it all.
Are you serious right now? $300?
Yeah, and I asked the dealer when Jasper left. The guy also told me that Jasper's racked up quite a hefty amount of debt there too. Thousands apparently.
Let me get this straight. My husband expects me to work and clean and cook and everything else while he goes off and spends my hard-earned money on gambling and drinks and stuff?
Yeah, like I said, I don't know why you're still with the jerk.
I'm wondering that myself.
Honestly, I'd get out while you still can. I don't want to see my little sister lose who she is simply because of her useless husband. You can do so much better than him.
Yeah, you're right. I can. Thanks, Michael, for always being there for me. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Yeah, you owe me dinner for this.
I'll get you the best steak money can buy.
You better. Anyway, let me know how things go and if I need to kick anyone's butt, okay?
Will do. Love you, bro.
Love you too, sis. Laura, where are you? It's much later than usual. You should be back from work by now. Also, the dog needs walking, so you've got to do that when you get back. I've not eaten yet either, as I thought I'd wait for you to get home and cook us a nice dinner.
I've already eaten, so I won't be making dinner. And the dog will have to just go out in the garden. I'm too tired to walk him.
Hang on, what do you mean you've already eaten?
Julia and I ordered a pizza whilst we worked on our project. I'm full.
Well, that's not fair. What about me?
What about you? I told you that I wouldn't be cooking when I get back. If you decided to ignore me, that's on you. But I'm not going to be cooking anything when I get back.
But I'm hungry, and the dog's whining is really getting on my nerves. You need to come back home now and sort all of this out.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I mean, I'm done running around and picking up after you. I'm not your mom, and I sure am not your maid. These last few months have been absolutely awful for me, as I feel like I'm taking care of a child rather than living with a fully grown man and husband. Your complete lack of care and sympathy for me have pushed me to the end of my rope, and I've finally realized that you don't want me to be your wife. You don't love me like that. You just want me to be your live-in maid. Well, that's not happening anymore.
What do you mean? What are you gonna do?
I'm filing for divorce.
Wait, no, please don't do that. I don't know what I'd do without you.
That's not my problem. Maybe you should have spent a bit more time helping out with responsibilities instead of piling them all onto me.
But it's your responsibility as the wife.
We don't live in the medieval times anymore. In case you hadn't noticed, women actually have a lot more say in how they live their lives, even if you don't like to think so. And I've decided that I deserve someone who will love me and treat me as an equal. And that clearly isn't you. I'm staying at my brother's house tonight, and I'll be around to pick up my things and the dog in the morning.
But I don't even have a job. How will I live?
You'll have to find new work. Although with the debts you've racked up at the casino, you might have to find two.
How do you know about that?
Michael saw you the other day. Honestly, I really don't know what I saw in you.
Look, I'm your husband, and you need to do as I say.
No, I really don't. Goodbye, Jasper. I hope the next girl who marries you is able to whip you into some sort of shape. I wish her the best of luck. I divorced Jasper as soon as I was able to. Once I was free of the lazy bum, I actually felt a whole lot better. I wasn't constantly being told what to do and worked like a slave. The project that I had been working on was a huge hit, and I actually ended up being promoted to a much higher position with a huge pay increase. Jasper, on the other hand, was forced to get two jobs, one as a night porter and one as a checkout man, so that he could cover the cost of his debts and have enough money to live. As bad as it is, maybe it will teach him a valuable lesson about responsibility and helping out those who are close to him.